So as y'all can see from my screen, we got the 2025 Fashion Hot Takes by my guy Mateo Aaron. Now with that being said, I've been actually getting a lot of video ideas from his channel. He makes a lot of great content on fashion and things of that nature, so y'all go tap in with his channel. I go ahead and put the video down below in the description, so y'all can go ahead and check it out. But I want to go ahead and check out what the Fashion Hot Takes are coming with, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I've been talking a lot about sneakers, but I haven't really stepped into that whole fashion lane. So y'all let me know in the comment section before we start this video off how y'all feel about me stepping into the fashion lane. And let's make sure we still recording. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a good video. He makes some crazy edited videos, so we're definitely in for a treat. Let's go ahead and react to it and let's see what he got going. Off rip, we're hearing some bangers, some nostalgic bangers. Like, I wonder if what comes to mind when editing these type of videos. Like, how do you come up with all these different type of collection of clips? Like, it doesn't really make sense to me. That's what makes people so like rare, I guess you can say, because it's like everybody has their own creativity. That's what I love about YouTube. You have your own opportunity to really create something that not anyone can ever replicate, because it's you.
In this video, we're going over some 2025 fashion hot takes. Now, I asked the creative geniuses in my Discord community for the most out-of-pocket, juiciest hot takes, and some of them are insane. So we're going to be covering some of them, talking.
Y'all let me know if y'all might add like a community on this channel so I can like rate y'all fits, rate y'all sneaker game, or things like that, because I'm actually really open to that. And I feel like I just needed more of a community to do that, but I feel like we're almost getting to that 1,000 subscribers, so I feel like we're getting closer and closer to that point. So y'all let me know. And if I have enough people comment down below and say they agree and want to do this, I'll definitely go ahead and create like a little Discord or Reddit. And yeah, we can get that popping ASAP.
What's hot?
That sounds like real interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
On how to actually improve your style. And I'm gonna be giving some of my 200 IQ thoughts. So let's get it.
Oh, I think I skipped it.
Be giving some of my 200 IQ thoughts.
So my life is hard. What? We ain't want no captions. This ain't nothing. Bro, these edits are way too fast.
So let's get it.
Oh, my life is hard. It's so harder. If you weren't there when I was pushing the squad, don't be there when I'm collecting the loot. That's so real. Y'all let me know if y'all game. I ain't gonna lie, it's been a little minute since I've been on my gaming, but man, memories. I went to putting that shit on Factory and nobody knew.
First up, we got not liking a trend is a trend in itself. This goes directly along with the take right after it. Asics is overrated.
Not liking a trend is a trend in itself. I guess you can say that. I feel like a lot of people be doing too much and just so different. And I feel like that is kind of true. I ain't gonna lie. It really took me time to really say it out loud and really listen to it. But I can agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. And it says Asics is overrated. Like y'all just trying to be different. I don't think it's overrated. I definitely have not. I'm not really like I'm definitely a New Balance over Asics. I don't feel like Asics is that appealing. But yeah, I don't feel like it's overrated. I feel like people are just valuing their comfort.
Now, right off the bat, I'm not gonna lie. I agree. It is pretty trendy to be anti whatever the most popular thing is right now. But I feel like it's always been a thing. Like counterculture. Counterculture is a trend. But with this Asics take, I'm not gonna lie. This is exactly how I felt when Asics first started getting popular.
Really?
The way I viewed it is like Nike and Adidas were like the big dogs. You were either a Nike's guy or an Adidas guy.
Okay.
I lived in SoCal, so I was a Vans guy. But I always thought that Asics and those more like running type of shoes.
Wait, is Vans only SoCal? Y'all let me know where y'all from and let me know what y'all were wearing back in school and just basically before all these different trends came out. Cause I used to wear Vans, but then I also had some Nikes. I probably had some different pairs of shoes. It wasn't just Vans. But I always realized Vans used to be like a hitter for back to school, and I just realized that. It's a SoCal thing? Y'all let me know.
We're always kind of ugly. So when they first started getting popular, I was just like, I feel like people are really they're just trying to be different, not going on the Nike or Adidas path, which is kind of how I feel.
They're hard though.
About Puma Speed
is it really different
like,
though?
It kind of just seems that's
yeah, the Speed Cats. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna do too much positive. Yeah, my bad. But Speed Cats, I ain't gonna lie. They are so trash. Like, they don't even look appealing to me. I feel like they're so old. I don't know. Maybe it's just not my style. It's not really my thing. But we definitely cannot go about saying that the Speed Cats are the Sambas of 2025. Like, Sambas is definitely way harder. Sambas definitely have a way better silhouette, design, build, whatever you want to call it, for sure.
What is it called? Industry plan. That's literally a failed industry plan. The only time I've ever seen that shoe is on Instagram, and like
No
especially
cap.
1 week a couple of months ago when it was like all the influencers trying to push it out in Paris Fashion Week.
Really?
Puma Speed Cat. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Stop trying to make
Puma Speed.
Samba who? Nah, it ain't.
happen. It's not going to happen.
Failed industry plan.
But y'all let me know. Samba's over Speed Cats, y'all.
But now
Samba's
with
on top
Asics,
for me.
it
No
kinda
ifs, ands, or
opened up a
buts.
new path for people. Like there used to be two, Nike or Adidas. Now you could be a Nike guy, an Adidas guy, Asics guy, a New
was like,
Balance
where's
guy.
New
It's
Balance?
kinda all
There
the
we
same,
go.
But like we got more options now. And I don't know
Yep.
how to explain it, but when I see an Asian in New Balances or Asics, I'm like, dude, that makes so much more sense than if I see an Asian in like Nike or Adidas. I don't know what it is. It just suits the vibe more. Like, bro, the New
What is
Balance
Mans
ALD
wearing?
550s genuinely changed the game for Asians. Genuinely changed the shoe game for Asians. Like, I know it wasn't just Asian foods wearing them, but like when I see this shoe, I just think of an Asian with a tote bag. It just looks so right to me. But as for me, I think Asics is one of those things that I can appreciate from a distance, but I don't think that it's my swag or that I ever
The
rock
Kiko
anything
Asics
that
are
they
sick,
have
though.
out right now. Okay, next up we got personal style. It does not mean following trends. A lot of people are so scared of following trends, they end up wearing stuff that they don't even like just to be different. No, I actually agree with this. This is why you got to be really mindful about what trends you're actually buying into instead of just like, oh, that's kind of funny, you know, that's kind of cool.
That's real. Last word about this. If you want to build your personal style that you're confident in, that's
But
not
as an
basic.
example of what this take is saying, like Docs, right? Another person said Doc Martens are cool. I don't know if this is a hot take. I've seen Doc Marten hate videos before, but for me, Docs are an
They
example
aight, but it's
of
not something I'll put
that
on.
I like. So whether it's really like popular or it's getting hate, whatever it is, I'll always mess with it. You know, I guess it's just black boots in general, though. I used to think that I would never wear boots, but as it started getting more popular, I was like, I mean, why not try them? You know, they are kind of sick. Like I started seeing better, cooler, more unique ways to style them. I guess that's a healthy way of experimenting with trends, just like this take is saying. Now next we got some Tim's talk. Tim's got to be left in the Big 24.
No
Timberland-
cap. This is a real big one, y'all. I'm tired of seeing these on my Explore page. I'm tired of seeing these all over Instagram, TikTok, what have you. But man, Tim's, it's not even that they look bad. I feel like it's just burnt out. Like it's like the Adidas Sambas. Even though they're not burnt out, it's just like we're tired of seeing the same outfits over and over and over again. Like it's at this point, it's basically the
aren't
Instagram
cool and
meta.
look mid. Timberlands look stupid, and it's crazy to think about because like 10 years ago you would never see this. I think Tim's get so much hate now because most of the fits that we see in them are online and
Yeah.
they're outside their natural habitat. They just look like basic boots. Like if boots had a starter skin, it would be Tim's because they don't look stupid on an MF like this. But then sometimes they just look like a cosplay on an MF like this. So it's just like they got basic fashion MF tags. You know, just like how songs can become TikTok songs. I'm good with leaving them in the Big 24. But to be honest, black Tims are hard. I'm rocking with it because they just look like any other black boot. So I guess I'm saying I'm rocking with black. Now next, a lot of people were mentioning how stuff was really mid. So let's talk about it. The
Track
people
pants.
got a lot
What are
to say
track pants?
about skinny jeans. Skinny, slim, straight jeans have got.
I haven't seen these in 2025, not gonna lie.
Crazy take.
Everybody's
No,
on
I
that
gotta
baggy wave.
disagree, chat. Skinny jeans have a place in fashion. They have a place in swag. If you do it properly, you know, it's just harder to pull off because skinny jeans really only look good on skinny people. But when they put that shit
Yeah,
on,
that's real.
they put that shit on. It's really not a one size fits all thing. It's skinny. It's a high skill level play. You know, well, not really skill level because you can't change your body type like that. But you know what I mean. The difficulty here is higher than with baggy jeans. But there are some fire fits with skinny jeans.
Yeah,
so now let's do
that's
a
real.
quick speed run of some takes.
Uncle,
Now
I
we
used
got
to
track-
hate on skinny jeans, y'all. Like, not hate on them, but I used to just like put them down. I guess you could say. Like in my past videos, I remember I said that, and then a lot of people were on my head about it. And I wouldn't say that they were just like they're bad to wear. I just kind of did it for the video because I felt like it wasn't in trend, and that was like the whole thing about the video. I feel like people didn't really get what I was trying to put down. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Pants are mid. Track pants are calm. I like this.
Well, I mean, track pants, they're just sweatpants. What do y'all want them to be? Fire? Like, I mean, they're just regular, comfortable, like, pants.
Sportiness of them, they're perfectly rated in my opinion. Next up, most Jinkos are mid.
What are Shinkos?
You know, I think Jinkos are overrated, but for what they're going for, like the
Those look like
baggy,
dresses.
like baggy type
Dresses
of
for
style,
men.
I think they're good. They're like B tier. They're all right. Overrated, but you know they got their place, I guess. And with this one, I agree. Too many brands are making the same faded wash baggy jeans for like $100. Bro, the world does not need your faded, distressed denim, blah blah blah, baggy jeans. The world does not need more of this. You know. Keep
No
your-
cap.
sh-
We've
she's
been
yours,
seeing
bro.
it.
Keep
On to the next. Silver tab? I ain't never heard of them silver tab jeans or pants.
Carhartt is overhyped. Now, I agree it is overhyped, but it's popular for
Bro, where am I at in fashion, y'all? I feel like maybe I'm not tapped in too much in the fashion world, but I feel like all these, like, Carhartt, is it overrated? I haven't really seen it too much, but then again, I'm not really on social media too much, which is kind of like convenient, I guess you can say, because I do post on social. But I promise y'all, I literally just post, and I really don't consume too much content because I really don't have time to really consume. And if I do consume content, it's probably gonna be some like YouTube, like lifestyle vlogs, or like things of that nature that's actually gonna improve my life and give me some inspiration and motivation. But I don't know.
reason, you know.
I don't know if I can really
It's
step
like
into this
actually
fashion
durable,
world. It
it's
seems like
actually
there's so many
useful.
layers
So it
to
is
it.
overhyped, but it's good. Now, decorative belts, like the diesel ones, are mid. I actually agree with this. The diesel belts are pretty corny. But I think that's just any belt with like
Still
a
never
fat
seen a
belt
diesel
buckle
belt.
logo that isn't like, that's not it. Like the Gucci belts, the LV belts, keep a, she's yours, not it.
Keep it. She's yours.
But I really F with some like the decorative artistic belts, I guess. I've seen some really sick ones with like cool ass designs. I love how she dancing, got me feeling for you. Okay, now let's talk about some of these.
Is that
Dress-
Ninja and Chrome Hearts? That's
Feeling
funny.
for you. Okay, now let's talk about some of these. Dressing in simple clothes is not considered fashionable. Having mid-style that you stay true to because you like it is 1000% better than people with cool styles that only follow trends. Going for a minimalistic wardrobe is nerfing yourself. Now, I think the best way to explain my point on these takes is by talking about another take. Someone said fashion doesn't matter, which I understand what Bo was saying, but like it definitely does matter. It's a big part of your appearance, and appearances matter. But once you make it past a certain XP level, it's really just a hobby at that point. Like for most people, your goal should just be to improve your style and dress better than the average person. Because after a certain threshold, you'll slowly start getting too deep into the rabbit hole, and then you just become like a fashion incel. Like as you go deeper, it goes from a
Can you have too much fashion sense? Yo,
having
I ain't
healthy
gonna
hobbies is
lie.
good. Like
I'm a big believer in just always being a sponge to knowledge, and I always want to learn more. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I feel like I'm not even scratching the surface of my fashion bag. I feel like I really need to get like some more motion for me to really be able to get in my fashion bag for real. But y'all let me know. And actually, before I forget, let me make sure we're still recording. That would be a bummer if we weren't recording. My green screen's a little out the screen. Are we a little delayed? No, we chilling. The camera's chilling. Alright, for sure.
interests are super.
But I'm
super
trying to get deep in
important.
my
But if
fashion
you're
bag,
wasting
y'all.
all
I ain't
your
gonna
money
lie. Y'all stay
and it's
tuned,
your
man.
only
With the next
hobby,
year or
like your
two, it's gonna
only
be a whole lot
interest,
different.
That's when you're doing too much. That's when it's kind of toxic. Like as long as it's healthy, I think it's a good thing. Fashion should really just be whatever you want it to be, wherever you are on the bell curve.
No
For
cap.
me, it's a hobby, but I honestly enjoy the meme novelty of it more than like the standard
that's some
fashion
bullshit.
designer industry aspect to it. Like I'm not even gonna lie, might be self-reporting here, but I'm not a fashion demon.
Bro, the
aspect.
little like pictures he has in between is crazy. Like how the fashion bro dresses on his weekends to pull our hopes. Like what? It's so crazy because it's like it's not only random, but it meshes with the video. Like it's I don't know. I feel like the way he
Dude.
edits his videos is super unique and dope.
Like I'm not even gonna
Definitely
lie.
gotta give him his
might
props.
be self-reporting here, but I'm not a fashion demon like that. I don't know anything about designers. So when MF say hot takes like the bombings were necessary because without them we wouldn't have Yoji, or like Issey Miyake is the greatest fashion designer ever, that's sick. But I wouldn't know.
Don't even know who
like,
that is.
Necessary is a crazy statement too, though. But like there might be some truth to this, because Michael Jordan would have never been Michael Jordan if he didn't get cut from his high school basketball team. You know, Maybe
Yep.
maybe Yoji would never be Yoji if Japan never got bombed.
Heroes never die.
So Overwatch.
The more you know. Okay, next up, stealing other people's styles is the best way to create your own original one. I wouldn't say it's
Not
original, but I
stealing.
do think it's the best way to improve your style. But
But yeah, it's
the thing
definitely a
is,
good way to go
steal
ahead
like
and
an
like.
artist, because otherwise, if you do it too much, then you just walk on the street and someone sees you, and all they're thinking is like, "Oh man, this guy's a TikTok fashion NPC clone." Like, damn, bro, this guy thinks he's him, but in reality,
FPC
he's
clone,
not.
but this
That's all they're
generation is
thinking.
cooked.
Or at least I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of what I'd be thinking. But steal like an artist, that's where the best original styles come from, because you're never really gonna have an original style. So I think it's better to just focus on finding what styles do you like and making it personal. But yeah, as bro said, you gotta jack some styles, nothing wrong with that. Next up, we got some
Yeah, bro,
different
you gotta have
opinions
some
on
else to
reps.
base the fashion on.
Now, wearing reps because you're broke ain't an excuse. Then we got reps are good for the fashion community because they make it more accessible to the average person who can't afford some brands. Are reps
I like
good
this
for
topic.
the fashion community, chat?
I like this
Now,
topic.
I think this is actually very interesting. You know, I like that these people are saying it because it creates a bunch of conversation, and you can really argue for both sides. Like, I've never worn reps, but I don't really mind it if someone else wears reps. But like, if you're wearing reps and you're playing it off like they're real, that's so corny. Like, bro, just get your money up, I guess, because I don't think you need expensive designer brands to have good style. I don't know, it's really not that deep, but I don't think that fashion should be pay to win. A good style will always mog a designer pay to win fit. But I do appreciate the collectible hobbyization of being like really into niche or rare clothes. You know, it's just not for me. Like if an MF with baggy jeans and a road mic came up to me on the street and was like, "Yo, bro, what's your favorite brand right now?" I'm saying Trader Joe's, not Historic Glamour. I'm not gonna lie, like I wouldn't say I really have a favorite fashion brand. I guess I like Costco socks.
You're not even the fault. I be going hard.
Okay, next up we got almost all fashion.
Anyway, y'all, I did want to comment because I wanted to see what he's gonna say about reps. But me personally, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't go out my way to buy reps, but if I did get them sent to me personally, I probably would rock them. So basically what I mean by this is I've been getting into a lot of talks with like some rep websites talking about how they want me to review them on the channel. And I've been asking you guys how you guys feel about that. And if you guys could leave me some comments in the below in the comment section. But I feel like if I got them on hand, if somebody sent them to me, I definitely would wear them. I definitely wouldn't say I'm against them because I definitely do feel like a lot of people definitely want to have like that high fashion or just have like those expensive brands where they don't have the money, which I get completely. So I feel like, man, if you want to rock them, go ahead and rock them. At the end of the day, I just wouldn't put my own money worth towards them. But yeah, that's my stance on reps, at least.
Influencers would be nothing if you gave them the budget of the regular fashion enthusiasts. You know, I would say there's
I
some
don't
truth.
think that's true,
There's
but
definitely a lot of fashion influencers who are only popular because they have a budget for flashy, expensive items. When a trend comes,
well, I guess that's true if they came from money, but it's like I feel like in order to become a fashion influencer, you have to obviously start at some point and then you build day by day, brick by brick. I don't feel like you start there just
they're
off
able to
rip
farm it right away
with
'cause
crazy
they got
money.
the money, and that gets them more views. But there's also a lot of influencers who are popular because of their taste. Like
Exactly.
I think it's very interesting to think about because you don't necessarily need the budget, but it does make it 100 times easier to get views. I can't really name drop names off the dome like that, but if you look at any influencer's page, I think you can kind of tell if they're just like trend farming styles, the hype styles, or if they actually got good taste and put that shit on. The thing is,
Yeah, for
smart
real.
influencers are probably doing a bit of both because good taste and a budget is a viral formula. Boom. Now these takes right here, chat, are probably the most important if you want to get a better style. Dressing in simple clothes is not considered fashionable. Pulling off a look is more about your vibe. Someone who has been wearing the same fit for 3 to 5 years, while objectively has the less stylish fit they have, 10 times the swagger. Now, the way I think about these is that yes, your vibe is what makes or breaks your swag. If your fit is swagger,
real.
you know, I've been thinking a lot about this,
Like your aura.
this idea of like trying hard, forcing styles, and I think I've really figured out what the issue is. So here's the case study example, right? Basically, bro is saying that someone whose fit is more real, like their clothes are naturally distressed through the ups and downs of life, is 10 times swaggier than someone who has a try hard fit. And I would 100% agree with this take, but I wanted to
Pay
figure
to
out
win.
why I agree with it. Like, what's the root of
This
all
man's
this?
references
At the end of the
A1.
day,
I'm not
the
gonna
best
lie
way I
to
would
y'all.
describe this pay to win style is kind of like AI art, or you know those AI portraits. It's literally the uncanny valley. When an MF has an entirely fresh, out the store, new fit, it looks too new. It looks too like AI art, like uncanny, like. Because even through a picture,
Really?
you can kind of be like, I can tell this guy had these pants for like 5 years. Or it's like, damn, bro, did this guy
That's
buy
real.
these pants today? And I think with the AI art fit, it just looks too picture perfect world like it looks like you know how people hate AI art because it just looks like unnatural. It's not as natural, which makes the vibe a little uncanny. And speaking on other takes, all this just goes back to the vibe. This is what I mean when I say that your swag is more than just the clothes that you're wearing.
That's a
You know, it's
crazy
like,
flick,
it's
I'm
the
not gonna
entire
lie.
aura that you give off. Like you can honestly tell when someone's experienced life in their fit. You can tell when an MF made some bread, got heartbroken, hit some devious licks, done some NSFW activities in their fit. You can't exactly see it, but like all that shit adds to the vibe of the fit. And that's what I mean by saying letting your clothes marinate. You got to experience life in them. Now next we got, most of the time, confidence in the fit is more important than the fit itself.
That's very true.
A 6 out of 10
That's
fit
very
with
true.
confidence beats a 10 out of 10 fit with no confidence. Now another thing is confidence. Confidence plays a big part in making the fit look better. Because I guess this relates to another take. Someone said, if you got a good fit on and you're fat, the first thing people see is that you're fat. No hate though, XX. Being physically attractive can make a 3 out of 10 fit go to a 9 out of 10 fit. Sometimes
No cap.
ugly people just can't get into it, bro. Now with these, it kind of just goes back to the fact that if you're in shape and you're attractive, 99% of clothes will look good on you. Because it's way easier to
Man's
make clothes
music
look
choices,
better when you look
A1.
better. But that is kind of true. Like, even if you have a good fit on and you're fat, most people are just gonna see that you're fat. Like, it sounds bad to say, but you can kind of think about it like modding out a car. You know, you can get sick ass rims, a custom paint job, a new suspension, but like if you got a Prius, no one's gonna care. It's still a Prius. And I don't say that to shame anyone. I'm just keeping it a buck. The blunt reality is, if you want to look better in your clothes, if you want to improve your style, the people don't want to hear this, right? But lose weight. That's the best thing that you can do, you know? Spending $25 on a gym membership every month is going to make your style so much better
cap.
than spending $100 on another jacket that you're only going to wear once. Because when you're in better shape, the clothes will fit you better. Now next up we got, NPC pieces are just popular because they're the best. Fashion is worth the damage to your wallet because the items you buy are higher quality and more personal than what a fashion NPC would buy. Now I wouldn't say that they're the best. I think they're just the trendiest at the moment. Like, think of the Stussy A-Ball fleece. That was an NPC piece, but looking back,
What
it's
is an
pretty mid.
NPC piece?
But then there's also the Carhartt jackets, which are very trendy, but they're good.
So basically, maybe a
stylish,
trendy
durable
fit
jackets.
or
And I'm sure
piece?
there's dozens of other durable, stylish jackets that are just as good. But the thing is, the brand and vibe around the pieces carry the weight of why it's so popular. Not necessarily that they're just the best quality. Okay, now we got one that I honestly don't really know how to feel about. TikTok has done more bad for the fashion community than good. It might have introduced a lot of people into fashion, but it made people lose originality in their outfits and made the community much more toxic. The thing
Now, before he says that, I do want to say that I feel like it's just people are easily influenced by what they see on the internet. I feel like it's TikTok's fault. I feel like TikTok does a really good job of allowing you to see things around the world that you may not have been able to see without social media. Like, I feel like it's definitely a great tool you can use to go ahead and base yourself and like find ways you can go ahead and improve your outfit. I just feel like people may go for, I guess, a certain outfit to blow up, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but I would say it's just more of like a thing to better their pockets, if I can say it in the best way. I don't feel like
I see
it's
what
one of
they're
those
saying.
things
It
that
did
makes
make
people
everyone
look
dress
the
better
same.
because it was so easy to learn how to dress better, how to get style inspo fast. It's kind of like how when something gets more notice, it loses the specialness of it. But then I think about the TikTok puff print clothing brands that spawned in. I'm just like, you know, you're probably right. It did help a lot of people, but I think it kind of made fashion a little more small-minded when it comes to creativity.
But I feel like that's only the internet though.
Now, next up, we got ghillie suits. Now,
Who's
I
wearing
know
ghillie
this just
suits?
says
I
ghillie
have
suits,
never
but
seen
it
these
kind of makes
in
me
Cali.
think about all the styles and fits that are just out of the ordinary fashion. Like all those fits that when someone wears it just
Man in the middle look
turns
crazy. I ain't
everybody's
gonna lie, I
head.
would
Everybody
not
kind of hates on it.
even talk to
And
bro
I've been thinking about
if
it
he pulled up
lately,
on
like,
me.
I do hate on a lot of stuff, a lot of fits, but it's all in good measure. Like it's not really that serious. Because the reality is that the ghillie suit, the insane over the top DTM OPM fit, or like whatever it is, this is the chaos that fashion.
This got to be somewhere in
it's
New
the
York
plot
or
twist
something
that makes
crazy.
the movie interesting.
Or
the
Atlanta.
spice, if you will, you know, think about it. Batman
Them
would
real
not
life
be
GTA
Batman
servers.
without the Joker. It's like Yoji wouldn't be Yoji without the bombs. Crazy. It's the necessary evil that holds the harmony, holds the balance in the fashion world together.
You complete me.
Anyways, here's some bonus loot takes.
Acne Studios is gay. I actually just heard about that brand. I don't know too much about it, but it says Uggs need to be deleted. Tight shirts versus cropped and boxy shirts. There's a lot of reading jorts are overrated but not ugly. That's very true. Zip ups over pullovers for sure. I definitely need more zip ups. Anyway, this is a lot to read out. I'm not gonna read all this.
So that's some hot takes. Let me know what you guys think. And
So that is the 2025 hot takes. Again, the video will be down below in the description if you want to go ahead and check it out. But if you do want to see some more fashion content just like this on my channel, go ahead and click the playlist right here. And I bet you it will be a great follow-up. I'll see you in the next one.